What's up, the squad? Back with another video. Y'all seen the title is going down. Make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button for me, please. Y'all see it in the title. And I apologize if I got hiccups bad. I've been having a day. When it comes to sneezing, having hiccups. My throat is hurting. Pause. Been sick. But just bear with me, please. Y'all see it, though. One thing that I do and will not support, something that I truly don't like and I find disturbing is the simple fact of individuals that constantly, support and I guess you could say be so much to defend individuals that do pretty much a lot of horrible crimes to, and not only just U.S. citizens, but since we talking about this and when it comes down to illegals, yes, U.S. citizens, but just people at all, and within these crimes, and I just find it crazy how so many people, especially when it comes down to the left, that they're defending these individuals that are doing it. Check it out right here, Fox News.
Seattle Socialist Mayor Katie Wilson looking like a major fool after waging war on CCTV cameras, whining that it could make illegal immigrants feel less safe and pausing expansion of police surveillance cameras. But those very cameras just helped nab these two vicious thugs who brutally beat up a 77-year-old elderly man just walking down the street. The man was shoved to the ground, beaten, and left with a broken arm, broken knee, and serious facial injuries. Last week, Wilson got asked about rolling back these cameras, but her staff tried to 86 the interview.
People in that community who are concerned that there's been rising gun violence and that there should be more surveillance cameras and that kind of thing. That's obviously been an issue that you weighed in on. Does that change it? Does that change your perspective at all?
Let's keep it on. Yeah, let's keep it on the topic of this event. Thanks. I believe that CCTV cameras have an important role to play in our public safety system, and we also have to be very careful to make sure that our data storage, security, sharing practices don't make that system vulnerable to misuse and abuse.
She seems like a real strong leader, Greg.
Just watching her makes me want to ban all cameras. Look, because she's so annoying. Oh, yeah. This reminds me, don't be fooled by this. She doesn't like the cameras because it doesn't support her ideology. Reminded me of how the left demanded body cameras to keep police accountable. Now they argue that body cams don't work because it didn't deliver on the promise of police brutality. Instead, it cleared cops.
And that just goes to show you on how they work, though. And it's definitely sickening on that. You have individuals that even support that, with having those body cams, this, that, and the other. And they're looking, obviously, for that violence coming from, the police officers, even ICE agents. And it's definitely, it goes to show y'all. And I don't want to steer nobody wrong. This is not for that. What's my channel's for is to give out, that truth. And that truth is people got to look and realize it's them. Y'all see what they doing. It's them. And when I say them, y'all know who I'm talking about.
Instagram all the time. You see body cam. And you know that without them, the cops would have been falsely accused the way they were so often before. Now this footage ends up being used against defendants, and the left calls it copaganda, the thing that they love. So what if cameras, these surveillance cameras, instead caught instances of racism and police brutality or hate crimes? Then, of course, they would love them. But that doesn't happen in reality. What happens is it catches thieves, theft, assaults, muggings, and murders. Footage of actual crimes that help prosecute suspects and get them off the street, which is against what this activist mayor believes in, this restorative justice where prisons are bad and having bail is offensive and oppressive because they can't afford it. And the victims.
I'm just saying, what possesses somebody to even want to do that to an elderly man, or you doing that to a child or a teen or somebody, a woman? What actually goes through somebody's mind? You just walking down the street and you just do this. And that's why it's just so hard for like to let your like loved ones just like go anywhere, go to a park or go here, go there, because there's so much violence that's going around. It's just crazy it's just very crazy. And then for them to actually look for, and just because it's not working for them and what they actually want in the footage that they want, is just even worse. You know, how they're putting it out and how they're delivering.
Just the eggs you break in the omelet of eggs.
Omelet of socialism.
The local news guy who got kind of curb stomped by the deputy. I mean, it's so humiliating, these local crews. Just ask the question.
Well, yeah, but she was the one that was like, or the guy, whatever, oh, it's not on the agenda. As a former Seattle resident, and I still have so many family there, the fact that what's not on the, you think it was on the agenda for that 77-year-old man to get his kneecap shattered and almost die by thugs on the street? Do you think it's on the agenda for people who get carjacked there, who get their houses broken into, who trip over needles, who see their kids interfacing with zombies, who are led by this person? That, to me, is the biggest abdication of her duty, and it's so derelict for her to say to all of our faces something that's not on the agenda because it doesn't fit with the sort of comfort level and her expectation of all she's learned in a classroom from her professor parents. This poor 77-year-old, I have to tell you guys, there's so much of this that have been discarded by her. And she purports to represent the underserved and those Black and brown communities and the poor and the vulnerable, and that's why we don't want cameras. Well, all of them are being discarded by her policies. An 80-year-old woman, her name was Ruth Dalton. She was a dog walker, and everyone called her Grandma Ruth. And in my neighborhood, which was just 15 blocks from the Chop Zone in the Summer of Love, she was carjacked, dragged, and run over by her own car. Her dog was stabbed, and while she was trying to get the rest of the dogs out of the back seat, that's when the carjacker ran over her head with her car. And guess where that case is now? Oh, just pending. But oh, no cameras. And oh, no violence.
I do apologize if y'all do see any type and y'all like, oh, she just said that or anything like that. I definitely apologize. I don't know what it is, but I do have an internet outage. I don't want to say who this, the provider. I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to say nothing crazy, but y'all should know who it is. They absolutely get on my nerves when it comes down to it. It's always drops. And like I said, y'all probably know who it is, the internet provider. And it's definitely insane that they can't get it together. But right now I'm using my hotspot. I definitely apologize again. This pretty wild.
Whatsoever in the streets of Seattle. And the irony here is that after that Summer of Love that you've described a lot, Kaylee, in good detail, the city paid $30 million to the kid that died there because of their negligence. So how many millions are they going to pay to the family of the 77-year-old? How many millions are they going to pay to the family of Grandma Ruth because she died in a preventable way because they don't take crime seriously because it doesn't fit their socialist narrative?
Kaylee.
That's crazy, though. Like, and you got to think about it, like somebody, especially like within the neighborhood, somebody in the neighborhood that, is loved and this, that, and the other. And like you hear stories like that all the time, like of the elderly. And you'll have somebody that, is giving out, baked goods or just around, and just giving a smile, whether if it's just them putting a smile on your face. There's a lot of people, that live around, even in here in Indianapolis that you've been knowing for years and seeing for years or around Indianapolis. Just or in your neighborhood somewhere, and you just have that one person and then somebody just messes that up. It's definitely sad and definitely ridiculous.
Yeah, she got the socialism of Zoran Mamdani, but she didn't get his suaveness. He's a suave guy. He knows how to answer a media question. She doesn't. It's kind of baffling to me because this is basic media training. Like, you don't behave this way in an interview whatsoever. I remember I used to rap Trump in interviews, and he didn't even like being rapped. He just wanted to just do the interview. He knows how to speak. He knows how to speak like a normal person, and she does these awkward, weird things that she doesn't realize are going to air later and make her look completely asinine, as it did. The policies that she's putting forward, we talked about this, the Chop Zone, the Chaz Zone, a 16-year-old, a 19-year-old killed. We know autonomous zones don't work. We know cameras do work. That's a tried and true fact. She knows that. She's Oxford educated. She might be delusional, but she knows how to absorb facts, and it is a fact that cameras work. And she cites privacy. Well, the Stop Nick Shirley Act, they're all about privacy of the fraudsters, but stop the independent journalist. That's the MO of the left. Protect the criminal, protect the fraudsters, take down the watch signs from that Ann Arbor neighborhood, allow you to get mugged on your walk, but make sure the criminals are just okay. And it's so inclusive.
Yeah,
the facts of the left, they simply do not work.
It's sad. I'm telling y'all, it's truly sad, that they even go by that and they want to protect and defend criminals, as much as possible. I'm telling you, it's definitely sad.
Oh, I didn't know that. I also thought we were pro-camera because we're the ones who want ICE officers to wear body cams. And
no
the
problem
right
there.
is, well, I don't know. We haven't agreed to it.
No, the Republicans agreed to that, but the left still shut down DHS.
I have body cams on right now.
I understand saying.
Do y'all see the difference between having somebody that is on the right and having somebody that's on the left? You truly can have, like, I've encountered so many people. I'm talking about so many people that have truly, I don't want to make this sound bad, but it's true. I've encountered so many individuals, that obviously supports, on the left, or, whether they're Democrat, and I've just seen how they respond to certain things. And I'm not saying that everybody on the right is like cool and like want to, talk things out and like cool and calm. But when I tell you that it's really like that, it's truly like that. I done came across so many individuals and they definitely show different attitudes. Even people that don't know me. I'm not even gonna lie. It's people that don't even know me. And then when I tell them like who I am and like, obviously who I support and like stuff like that, obviously it gets, more cooler. But when it comes to the left, they don't really like, I'm telling y'all, like, but as I'm saying that, you just see how Greg is, responding to Jessica and her being delusional like always when it comes to stuff like this and talking about, oh, we're the ones that wanted ICE agents. Okay, well, they can. And y'all are going to get the same outcome of them truly doing doing their job. And me personally, I look at the simple fact just like cops. I'm not a person that's just about to be like, oh, yeah, all cops are just amazing. Because you do have bad cops. You may have bad when it comes to bad IJs. You're going to have that. You may have bad doctors. You may have bad nurses. You can go in a McDonald's and you may have a bad cashier. But there are great ones. There are good ones that do a good job within their job. And when it comes like this and you got cameras, like Jessica is saying, that's something that obviously, again, the right agree with. Check it out.
If CCTV footage is going to be turned over to Stephen Miller and Mark Wayne Mullen to track people who are here undocumented, well, I think I'm intimating that because she didn't finish the interview.
In these crime-ridden areas of Seattle, Jessica,
I'm fine with it. Listen, I'm
good.
pro
Anyway,
CCTV.
good.
Well, that's
You're
where
saying there's like some cartel guy, fugitive, running through
I'm
the
saying
streets, and they have camera footage of him
if
going
there's
into a
just
car, and you don't want
a
that?
regular person who is here on his way to Home Depot to do his day
You
laboring.
think Mark Wayne Mullen is looking at CCTV on some random block in Seattle guy going to the grocery store?
If that was
Come on,
her
Jessica.
concern, I would get it. Otherwise, I like cameras, and all of the crimes are solved now via camera. Like, that's how all of this works.
Except in Planet Fitness steam rooms.
That's legal.
I hope there's no cameras there. Be sure to like and subscribe.
Y'all see it though here. One thing about it, like I said, and I definitely apologize. That usually doesn't happen. The drops definitely do, when it comes down, but never when I'm in video. So I definitely apologize for that. But I want y'all to let me know what y'all think about that. It's just truly sad that you have so many people, especially when it comes down to the left, that are protecting these individuals that truly don't care about Americans whatsoever and just doing whatever. It's truly sad and it's truly sickening. But you already know. Hit the like button, hit that subscribe, and definitely appreciate y'all. Much love, everybody. Catch y'all next one.